Hi, I'm Natalie. I'm a sociologist and I got interested in ADHD when I was diagnosed a few years ago. And this set me down a bit of a rabbit hole, as is often very common. But I am in the very privileged position where I could reframe this obsessive investigation as work. So, keeping up engagement in a classroom can be huge. It can make a difference between people spending all of the time fighting themselves to try and stay focused on what you're doing and becoming really enthusiastic about what they are doing and really participating, making it a great space to be in. So importantly, the things that students with ADHD report as helping them in the classroom are actually really consistent with things that help other students as well, that are talked about in the literature around higher education as being beneficial for all students. So following these principles can make the difference between students with ADHD attending or not. It can be a real accessibility issue, but it will also make the difference. It can also make the classroom environment really positive and beneficial for all students as well. So long didactic lectures can be deathly, and actually nobody works well in these, despite them seeming to be the standard. So in a course on teaching in higher education that I attended, they showed us a graph that noted that most students' attention seems to drop off around the 20-minute mark. So that's most students, that's not just students with ADHD. So you can imagine that over the course of a 2-hour lecture then, you're not going to get a lot of attention to the content later in your lecture. So one of the easiest ways to try and address this is to swap your lecture practices up. Change them, make a timer, change them every 20 minutes or so, particularly towards the end of a long lecture. So intersperse periods of talking with discussion sessions, with videos, with humorous examples, with perhaps using technology such as Poll Everywhere or any of those other polling software things. And this enables students to take a little bit of a mental break. It keeps things interesting and engaging. And as somebody who has attended a lot of guest lectures, I can tell you that it really does make a difference. Even the most beautifully crafted language, even the cleverest points, can still be a little bit hard to follow, particularly if you are still teaching on Zoom or other online forums. And these little opportunities for a break and for alternative ways of engaging, they cater to different ways of thinking, but they also enable people to keep their attention and their interest going. And that can make such a difference in what people remember, what people attend, and what people enjoy.